Make a life for myself. 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 Make a life for myself.
Ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls from all over the world, my light. Dude, I got to turn this other light on, man. Hold on. Let's go to intermission. Intermission. Nope, that's not working. Hold on. Let me go back real quick. Bear with me. We'll go to intro. Hold on. All right, we're back. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. We are in the saddle. Let's go back to main scene here. There we are. Look at that ginger and all of his ginger glory, they say. They say in chat. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls from all over the world, my name is Brandon, a.k.a. Rags to Riches. And I am here right now to talk to you about something pretty cool. We've got 10 predictions that we did back in January. So about 6 months ago. So what we're going to do, this is pretty neat because, you know, you watch a movie and then you don't watch that movie for like 10 years later. And it kind of surprises you. It's like you're watching it all over again. I have not watched my predictions. I watched probably about 10 seconds and I said, you know what? Let's do this in front of the audience. Let's do this in front of the crowd. Let's see if any of these predictions came true. I'm sure I flopped on a lot of them, but I'm interested to kind of do this with you guys, and that's what we're going to be doing here. Crypto Heartbeat. What's up, dude? Thanks for coming on my stream. Rags first, Rich is second. Bing, bing, boom. Dick Devereaux. Yo, let's go. Facing Reality. Boom. What's up, dude? BWG, man, let me tell you something, Facing Reality. I got a lot of hate from people, man. They want you to be an admin so bad. But what happens when you try to pressure Rags to Riches and something? Dude, he presses the brakes. He punches the brakes, man. So I'm sorry, Facer. They're pushing me too hard. I feel awkward. You're pushing me away from the deal right now. Gary Gensler looks like the type of guy who sits down when he pees. Quite possibly Ready Player One. Don't worry, didn't like or subscribe. A nice star next to your name, Hex Force 1. If you're not on the star gang, I don't know what's wrong with you. All right. My online ghost. What's good? Unhexable testing. 1, 2, 3. FS, what's up? Hexy Quinn in the house. Evo Mobius. Hexy Quinn, nice star. I like the star there. Facing reality. Anthony Munoz. What's old Anthony? What you doing, Anthony? Hola, hermano. Espero que todo esté bien. Vas a salir este fin de semana. What are you doing this weekend, man? Facing reality. Nate, what up, Rags? Hexpanded, yo. Hex Force 1, my online ghost. Regular Joe, I didn't pay for this. Thank God. Thank God you didn't pay for it. Crypto Trucker, oh my God, what did I do coming in here? Don't hit the likes. All right, case closed in the house. Yeah, all right, we got cool people. Chaztown, what's up, what's up? I'm unsubscribing because you started without me. All right, guys, we're going to incept you today. You guys know the whole story with Inception here. We are going to, let's share our screen, and we're going to get right into it, all right? So the cool thing about this video is actually already edited, and it's only about 15 minutes long. So we're going to pause in between, and we'll kind of talk about things. All right. So bold 2023 crypto predictions. I made this video 6 months ago, and this is the first time that I have watched this video in 6 months, with the exception of about a 10-second clip earlier that I was about to share on Twitter. So this is going to be kind of new for me, and it's going to be new for you guys as well. It will be interesting to see how well I've done, or how much I've actually bombed. I guess we'll figure it out here. Let's go Inception time. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls from all over the world, my name is Brandon, aka Rags Riches, aka the CEO, CFO. We'll check charts here real quick. Now, here, let me just tell you guys what we're going to do today. We've got predictions. I said it's 10 predictions in the thumbnail, and actually I've got about 19 predictions. So we're going to try to do. Lost a little bit of weight in the face, right? Look at that. Man, I got my Jenny Craig on. Plus -1 in chat for that Jenny Craig. -1 in chat. Come on now. Yeah, we're going to try to make it through this. We're going to try to cut through this pretty quick. But I'm going to put it on record. I've got a couple price predictions in there too. So that's going to be interesting. We'll check charts as always. We'll see what's happening in the chart world, in the crypto world. 10 predictions for the future of crypto. The people that are sticking around right now are going to turn into the Roman citizens of crypto. Now we're going to get into my predictions. So I'm going to get into my predictions about what's happening. I'm going to try to give you guys some reasoning and some logic to back them up. Going to be official. So you guys are going to be able to look back on this. Maybe I get a couple right. We're looking back on it, Rags. Don't disappoint us, you low down dirty son of a bitch. Come on now. Maybe I don't. It is what it is. It's a fun little exercise, but here we go. Prediction number 1, and this has to do with crypto, but if you guys are part of this channel, this also has to do with like the macro level as well. Janet Yellen retires as Treasury Secretary, and Gary Gensler is nominated by Biden to take over just before the 2024 election, when Democrats will most likely be ousted. Woo! What's significant about that, guys? There is a story that's emerging with Gary Gensler. There is a narrative. The picture is coming in closer focus. More resolution here with this guy. This guy, he is a Democrat. And the thing about Democrat is they want freedom and autonomy, except when it comes to your money. They say they want freedom. You know, that's actually a lofty statement. But we definitely know they don't agree with you spending your money where you want your money to be spent. They want to make that decision for you. So I think what's going to happen is they're going to want to keep a Democrat in charge of this centralized banking system. Republicans say they're against it. Libertarians say they're against it. Nothing ever changes. But the best person to do it is a Democrat. All right, so this is, you know, we can't really determine whether or not this is legit yet. Obviously, it hasn't happened, but I did say 2024, so I didn't realize I went all the way out to 2024. But Janet Yellen is getting old, and I'm still sticking to that. If you've heard any rumors in this community about that, this is where it came from. This stream right here. Okay. I was the first one to talk about it. I think that Gary Gensler is virtue signaling to his Democrat peers to go ahead and get that nomination and get those votes to be pushed through as Treasury Secretary, because Janet Yellen is, I mean, she's probably a couple months away from sipping oatmeal out of a straw. So we'll see. Because they believe in it so much. So I think they don't want to lose that to anybody else. Janet Yellen is 84 or 86 years old. She's about 84, 85 years old. Gary Gensler, we're going to get into this. He has served in the United States Department of the Treasury as Assistant Secretary for Financial Markets from 97 to 99. Then as Undersecretary for Domestic Finance from 99 to 2001. He served as the head of the CFTC, and now he's at the SEC. He was treasurer for the Democrat Party in Maryland for 2 years. He was an advisor to both Obama and Hillary Clinton. He's very closely politically aligned with Elizabeth Warren, and his Democratic leanings will prove to bring max pain to crypto investors. Oh, his Democratic leaning will prove to bring max pain to crypto investors. Guys, I mean, I can go ahead. Can I give myself the clap for that one? The clap. Can I give myself the clap for that one? Yeah. Let's give myself the clap for that one. And the penicillin. All right. All right, we got that. I mean, we made that one's right. That one's right. Let's keep going. As Assistant Secretary, Gensler served as senior advisor to the Secretary of the Treasury in developing and implementing the federal government's policies for debt management and for the sale of U.S. government security. This guy has a ton of experience. And I think that he will be pushed to Treasury Secretary. Another thing that I want to add, this is kind of like an offshoot. He's also an avid runner, but not just an avid runner. He does the crazy stuff. He does the marathons, the 50 milers, the 100 milers, all that stuff. Now, what does that tell you about him? He's probably very persistent. He probably is not the type of person that gives up. He sets his sights on something. He's a career bureaucrat. I think that they are going to put Gary Gensler as the Treasury Secretary. I think I kind of hit the nail on the head with that one. I know that was kind of weird, but the marathon thing, like, you gotta be pretty steadfast in your thinking and determined to be able to run 100 miles, and he does that. He's that type of dude. So I kind of took that character trait and applied it to what could happen, and I think we're seeing that. I'm not going to give myself the clap for that one. But because that's just kind of straightforward and obvious. Let's keep going. All right. Gary Gensler creates a framework in 2023 to force all crypto exchanges, centralized or decentralized, into compliance with the SEC. You might ask, how could he force a decentralized exchange to register with the SEC? Firstly, you can make it illegal to interact with a non-compliant decentralized exchange, i.e. no KYC. I mean, okay. This was in January or December or January. I would definitely say that he's now creating a framework to destroy centralized exchanges. Okay. And now I think the next iteration that we're going to see, and this is actually as evidenced by a tweet that came out yesterday by Uniswap's counsel. Uniswap's counsel basically said that they are trying to change the definition of exchange in order to come down on companies and foundations that run decentralized exchanges, such as Uniswap. All right, we're going to give the Uniswap part of that has not come true, but damned if the centralized exchange part has come true. So we're going to give ourselves a clap for that one. All right. Okay, here we go. That's what I mean by that. And I've written these notes down, guys, just so I can give you really, really good information. They would force fiat on-ramps and off-ramps to utilize a wallet blacklist and potentially subpoena records to verify the identities of individuals who interacted with the DEXs after they tried to off-ramp that money. So remember, guys, these on-ramps and off-ramps, they've got you guys KYC'd, right? So they can subpoena those records. Coinbase, it probably happens to Coinbase literally every day. Also, okay, so yeah. So We're going to table that second part. I think that now that they've done the centralized thing, it seems like they're coming after organizations that have centralized teams. That's just what it is. I don't think they're going to be able to attack all of DeFi. They're not going to be able to attack everybody, but they will come after the people who have foundations, centralized entities that are responsible for the upkeep of these decentralized exchanges. That's what I think. They would use the OFAC compliant Ethereum validators to push out transactions that are originated from these DEXs that haven't come to the SEC to register and remain compliant. Interesting. And that's something that we need to look at too. That's one of the huge marketing tools of PulseChain that nobody's talking about. Well, not many. I've maybe heard one other person say this. We were talking about this 6 months ago, folks. The OFAC list, the list that they keep that prohibits United States government and private organizations from transacting with certain individuals, certain entities, certain wallet addresses. Ethereum's validators are, I think, 96% OFAC compliant at this point, right? And that is not something that PulseChain can kind of say that they're a part of, which is a huge marketing point, I think, for crypto. And if more people knew that, it might be more beneficial to PulseChain. Interesting. I think that we will see that. They are going to attack. This is going to be the year that they start attacking exchanges and DEXs. They have to do it. They're going to provide an alternative as well. They're going to provide an alternative exchange that's going to roll out some of the first CBDCs from the United States government. And I think slowly they're going to try to push out all privatized money. I think that that's going to happen here. All right. Okay. Interesting too. Okay. We've had two exchanges that have been green-lighted, not only green-lighted, but pushed through very fast, very quickly by the SEC. One's Prometheum. Another one's an exchange that just opened in Boston. I think that whole process for Prometheum, took 2 weeks, which is absolutely crazy. And guys, tomorrow we're going to stream about that crazy Promethean guy that we streamed about a couple days ago. Well, guess what, folks? If you haven't seen it, he got an audience with Congress. So we get to see Johnny Badass kind of squirm in front of Congress. And then we also get to see some of the corruption, the craziness that we've uncovered. In fact, like this, I think the COO or the CFO of Promethean was at the SEC right before this. It's crazy, but we'll get into that. We'll talk about that. All right. Let's keep going here. All right. This one's going to be a fun one. Quantitative tightening stops in Q3 of 2024. You guys understand where we are right now? This is a three-step process to get us to a bull run. The first step happened on December 14th. Now, what was that first step? They decelerated the rate hike, the interest hikes. They decelerated it. Instead of 75 basis points, they dropped it to 50. What are they going to do next? Beginning of February, they're going to take it from 50 to 25. Well, why is that? It's because they want to hit 5. They want to hit 5% interest rate. If they do 25 basis points the beginning of February, they're going to be right at 5. Right at 5. Now, 25 basis points is what they did in February. Step 1 was decelerating. Step 2 is stopping. So what are we going to see? I'm hoping that in February, at the latest March, we are going to see interest rates stop increasing. They're not going to raise them anymore. 25 basis points might be the last time. That will signal step number 2, which is freezing interest rate hikes. What's step number 3? Step number 3 is when they're on the right trajectory and we officially froze interest rate hikes. We have a pause. That was the first time that we've done that. That happened this week. That happened Wednesday. I hope at some point in this little montage here, or this little monologue, that I actually give a month, because that would be cool if I got that right too. when they feel like they're heading towards they're at 3%, they're almost at 2%, they're at the right trajectory, they start decreasing interest rates and printing money. So there's 3 steps: decelerate, pause, decrease. And we are on step 1 right now. It happened on December 14th. The question becomes, how long is this type of thing going to take? How long is it going to take? Well, let's share a screen here. You guys have been watching this. This looks really, really busy, but it's actually very simple. This fractal is a fractal that we created back in June. And I said the markets could somewhat resemble this. Looking at this right now, I'm going to keep it on here because we could get back on track at some point. I think I underestimated how bad the recession is going to actually be. I think it's going to be pretty rough. And I think it's going to be pretty rough because remember, those rate hikes that we saw 3 months ago are only coming to fruition now. It's a lag. So we put those rate hikes in maybe 75 basis points. We're not going to see the true results of those until about 3 months later. Same goes with what we did in December with the 50 basis points. We're not going to see those December, March, April, like April timeframe, March timeframe. So I think that it's going to hurt for most of 2023. And I think that the Federal Reserve is going to be forced to, because you're going to have liquidity crisis in the debt markets. You're going to have liquidity crisis in the bond markets. It's going to get really, really weird at that point. They're going to be forced to decrease interest rates to try to stimulate the economy back because they don't want to trigger a depression. Make no mistake, it's going to be rough for 2023. This white dotted line indicates my idea of when possibly we could see the Federal Reserve hit that stage 2 to stage 3. So they start decreasing interest rate. That could happen, I'm guessing, between April and June. Okay, cool. So stage 2, I said April or June. So we did get there. I said it's going to be stage 2 or 3. So I'm not going to give myself the clap for that. Okay. But I did give that date, and that did happen this month. So we are at stage 2 in June, which is an interest rate hike pause. June of 2023. Now, if they decrease it, what happens? The economy is still getting worse. There's still a lot of heavy stuff on that. If you look back on inflation, the history of inflation, after rate hike increases, at the max rate hike, it typically takes 24 months to get back to the target inflation rate. June, I think, of 2022. So that means June of 2024 would be the point at which we kind of return back to 2% inflation. Next, we're talking about HEX. This is going to piss some of you guys off that are just kind of drive-by fans here. You guys show up to the channel sometimes just to see what I'm saying. If you've been here a while, this is nothing new to you. I think HEX hits 0.8 of a penny no later than May 1st of 2023. Oh. All right. I'm going to verify this. I said no later than May 1st. I think that I was off? I was off by quite a bit with that, right? By like a couple weeks, 2 weeks, 0.8 of a penny. And here's the thing. I didn't say P hex or E hex. I can't give myself that one, honestly. But I'm going to check this real quick. All right. Hex is 007 right now. So at what point did it hit that? And everybody's going to be like, oh, Rags, you fudded Hex, so your prediction video could be right. Yeah. The same month that my state came out. Yeah, that's brilliant. Brilliant play, Rags. All right, so it looks like that happened June 5th. Okay. June 5th, that happened. No, I'm sorry. That wasn't. That's the weekly. Okay. So that happened June 8th. So I was probably about 3 weeks off. 3-4 weeks off. I said the first week of May. It happened about 3 weeks later. So I cannot give myself that. All right. Sorry, past Rags. I can't do that, buddy. All right. But It did get down that low. I think if I remember correctly, though, I said it'll depend on whether or not PulseChain launches. So what we I didn't expect PulseChain to be the catalyst for this sell-off. So I didn't actually get it perfectly right. So let's keep going here. As long as PulseChain doesn't launch, hex to hit 0.8 of a penny, no later than May 1st of 2023. Now, let's talk about PulseChain. Talk about PulseChain, guys. Now, here's the thing. I don't know anything. I don't have inside information. This is just me. I've heard this idea from a couple other people. I've thought about it. It makes sense to me. So I'm going to share it with you guys. PulseChain launches after May of 2023. Why? Let me show you guys why. This is Uniswap. docs.uniswap.org. Uniswap v3. All right, docs.uniswap.org. All right, please note that Uniswap v3 is under the BUSL license until the change date, currently 2023-0401. April 1st of 2023. Now, what's the significance of that in my mind, right? So v3 can't be forked legally until after that. They're not going to open that up. To be as good or better than Ethereum, I would expect Richard would want V3 functionality. V3 functionality allows liquidity providing to be much. What was the PulseChain launch date? What was that, guys? Was that was the week before? So May 20. What was that? May 21st? The week of May, was it May 20th? Is that when PulseChain launched? Tell me, guys. Tell me. So I said that it was going to launch right after May of 2023. So it's going to launch after May of 2023. So, and I said that the V3 stuff, I said that we were going to launch a V3 functionality, and that was the reason why we were holding out. I can't give myself that credit. May 12th is when it launched. Okay. May 12th is when PulseChain launched. I can't give myself that credit. Kind of close. Kind of close. No cigar. No cigar. We got to be right on. We got to be real here, folks. So we'll keep going here. Let's check it out. Much more efficient per unit of crypto used. And this is also something that you have to consider. If Richard is providing liquidity with all of that crypto that was donated or sacrificed or this or that, it would make much more sense to be able to do that with V3. So if it comes available April 1st and they don't change anything, I would expect PulseChain, maybe they take about 30 days to fork it properly. I would expect PulseChain to launch on or after like May of 2023. Again, not an insider. On or after May of 2023. Okay, we had the launch date right, but we didn't have the reasoning correct. Okay. Not going to give myself the clap for that one. All right, no penicillin today, folks. No penicillin today. He says I look nervous watching my own video. Do I look nervous? I'm into it. It's really like it's like I'm not watching myself. It's like I'm watching a content creator. It's kind of cool, actually. Kind of cool. And I'm going to go back through these comments and answer your questions. If you guys have questions about this, or you have any comments about this content or what I've been talking about, just field them there in comments. I hate that I'm even having to talk about that, but maybe logically that could make sense for some camps, for some people. So PulseChain launch on or after, which has to do with V3. Next. Gold hits $2,000 to $3,000 per ounce as recession deepens and confidence in markets continue to decrease. All right, let's check that one because frankly, folks, I got no clue. What is gold right now? Okay, gold's, I said $2,000 to $3,000 per ounce. It's at $1,957. Okay. And actually, wait. Gold. Wow. Okay. So when we were talking about that, gold was at about 1,800. So gold actually did hit over $2,000 per ounce in 2023. It hit 2,057, and it actually from that it pumped 13% to hit that price prediction. So we're gonna take that. We'll take that dub. We're gonna take that dub. All right. Good jobs, past rags. Good job, past rags. Let's hear your reasoning because that maybe I might have preemptively clapped here. Let's see. Gold has been pumping over the past, 6 or 8 months. As the recession decreases, people are looking for some sort of hedge against inflation, some sort of hedge against the rising rate hikes, and people are going to go to gold. I think that you will see $2,000 an ounce gold, $2,000 to $3,000. I think it surpasses $2,000 personally. Another thing, Bitcoin hits $10,000 or under no later than June of 2023. If nothing changes from an economic... All right, we were way wrong on that one, right? Let's pull that up. Let's see where Bitcoin is today. I said Bitcoin would be $10,000 or under by June. Okay. I guess we still have time for that. It would take an absolute act of God, I guess, to get it under, or act of Satan, however you want to look at it. And here, I guess this is my thought and this is my reasoning. I think that looking at this chart, I was thinking that this was the trajectory, right? So by the June timeframe, that's when we would be down to $10,000. But right after that, Bitcoin pumped. It pumped hard. So we didn't have this. I mean, it was literally that week that I was making this video. Bitcoin is pumped like 94% from that bottom. So it is what it is. We definitely got that wrong. So we're going to have to give ourselves a flogging with bamboo sticks. All right, let's keep going here. Standpoint, right? If nothing changes and we're on the same downward trajectory that we've been this entire time, and in fact, it's getting worse, then what would make us think, and we're on Bitcoin right now, what would make us think from this top and this angle that's been formed, what would make us think that we wouldn't be seeing $10,000 Bitcoin by June of 2020? Again, the only thing that's really going to bail us out here is that the Fed does something miraculous. All right, this is going to be my last prediction for 2023. Twitter moves to purchase transmitter licenses and begins to integrate centralized and decentralized payment systems to solidify itself as the thing that Facebook wishes it could be. In November, Twitter filed registration paperwork with the Treasury Department's Financial Crimes Enforcement Network, FinCEN, to pave the way for it to process payments, according to the New York Times. I believe, along with something that I reported a while back, remember this, folks. I want you guys to remember this. You guys remember that CZ from Binance gave Elon Musk $500 million to acquire Twitter, okay? Now, let's look at this too. Let's check this out. I'm going to share this. Okay, cool, guys. So that came true. So I'm Googling it right now. I'm on the sec.gov. It looks like about 30 days after this video, Twitter applied for the U.S. licenses to facilitate in-app payments. Okay, transmitter licenses. So that's pretty cool. And I think they've turned on tips. You got DeFi tips and things like that. And then I think I go into the nitty gritty of why I thought that was, and we'll kind of take a look at that here. If not, we'll do that in a second. Binance launched a Binance Bluebird Index. What is the Binance Bluebird Index? Binance Bluebird Index is a cryptocurrency price index launched in November of 2022 that tracks the performance of BNB, Doge, right, which is Elon, and Mask. The index is calculated using a formula that incorporates the weighted averages of the constituent tokens' real-time prices on the Binance spot market. So I think, personally, that Elon's play is to use crypto actually in a decentralized fashion, because if you look at the Mask network and you go to their website, you can look at their front end, you can look at all the tools that they built. It's for MetaMask, it's for decentralization. I think that he is going to get a piece of this crypto pie using Twitter. And I think that it's much easier for him to do this now that Twitter is actually private. So I'm going to go back through the chat here. I want you guys to tell me what do you think? Cool. All right, guys. Okay. So, the year is not over yet, but And the only thing I got, I think, blatantly wrong at this point is the price call for Bitcoin being around 10,000 by June. Now, again, it could fall off the face of the cliff, but guys, just like it rising, I don't think it's going to do 50% in the next 2 weeks. Actually 60%. I don't think it's going to do that. Unless we have another pandemic. That ain't happening, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? But it's all good. The guy in the old chat was wrong there. Let's check chat here. If you guys have questions or anything, let me know. I'll try to pop up here to the top. Brandon's head shrunk. Why, thank you. The face got more ginger. I did. Look at that, man. Look at that beautiful ginger beard, guys. We're donating this thing to the Smithsonian. You know, if I cut my beard off and put it in my backyard, the birds would make nests out of it, and the little babies that hatch would probably have superpowers within 3.5 weeks. I think that that's pretty likely. I'm going to make that prediction for 2023. Okay. BTC ETF. We're going to talk about that tomorrow. Came for the alpha, stayed for the meme posts. All right, man. Dude, those meme posts, man, they've been kind of on fire lately. Now, the Reverend Crypto Wonder, you know, he's been dying. I've been on an absolute roll, so we'll see. The weight loss from the brain was getting smaller. I think I'm building neurons now. I think the week of that prediction, I went to that damn cabin and streamed with you guys, and I got tore up from the floor up. It's like my 2 times a year that I drink more than I should. And good golly, Miss Molly. Driving home from my dry bag production right now. Not sure why I was wasting my time. I don't know either, Crypto Ethos. I kind of feel sorry for you, man. Can't you watch like a sitcom or something? David Lee, I hit the like from 5 different accounts. Hexy Quinn. That's disgusting. Counting the X's from the deep of the charts, so unrealistic to sacrificers' start point. It's a deep fake. That big forehead is mostly hollow. Listen. The Queen made it to 96, so watch, yell, and get over a bill. What just happened, Hex Huddle? Were you speaking English? Facing reality, Chaztown, racist, sing this song, dude. Megasolo, PT. Clip it. You got the clap. Boom. Oh, man, we're that far back. Spot on, demand, Chaztown, nice. The Hex disclaimer states there is no investment of money and there are actually no coins. Outstanding. Adam Chadwick, Rags at the clap. Solid prediction. Adam Chadwick says, let's go through here. What do I think about buying eHex right now? Tell you the God's honest truth, guys. If I'm gonna buy Hex, I'll split it up, maybe 25-75. I'll put 25% in eHex. But I want to go where people are trading it. Folks. Do I think that eHex is going to pump significantly when the bull market turns back on? Yeah, because people have value locked over there. I think that there's definite reason for people to be buying that. Definite incentive. But that's how I feel, honestly. What's up, brother? Facing reality, waiting for that Luna pump. That ain't happening. 10,000X from 15 zeros to 1. Which is the real him? The one on the right. Are you a psychic? No, I'm a ginger, Charity Dunning, and that's much better. Hexhodl says off by 9 inches. Howdy, Rags. We're on the road trip, driving north to Queensland. Great listening to you on our long drive. Hex Spaniels, met you guys in Vegas. Just telling everybody in chat. Hope you guys are outstanding. Thank you so much for being here. I probably should kick you just because you're saying nice things on my stream. I'll find a way to make an exception this time, and I bet your husband just laughed. All right, got 50% of that prediction price though, right? Not the date. Yep, you're right. I still give a good amount of credit to you on that, but it hit because it did launch, which is crazy. I did not see that coming. Can we have super accurate PLS and PLSX predictions with dates, please? Dude, I would love to do that. That would be so cool, right? But that's so dangerous. So dangerous in my position. I hate that. I hate it. Maybe there's a way around it. Maybe I'll do that one day. I think a lot of people would show up. But here's the thing, guys. Those price prediction videos I did before I became a founder. Price prediction videos are absolute gold when it comes to Twitter, or YouTube. I can make a price prediction video guaranteed to have 20,000 views within the first 2 or 3 weeks, maybe more, maybe 30 or 40,000. But that's just like a trump card. That's like a spade. Okay. I'm not going to use it all the time. It's just there if I need it. And I know it's there. Do you think Hex will go lower than the current price now? Yes. May 12th, the launch date. No V3 yet. And V4 announces. So they're making that code open source. If you guys haven't seen that, on my Twitter, at Rags2RichesFam, the number 2, Rags2RichesFam, I shared the V4 update from the Uniswap Foundation. So I think, the short and skinny of that is it's going to make it easier for people to integrate Uniswap and customize Uniswap to their liking. Everybody was whining when launched. You look nervous. Yep. June 2nd, RH said we should count as then the bridge for the native PLS was working. Oh, yeah, when it was officially up and running, June 2nd, I guess. Felt rushed. Okay. 2 wrap pulse contracts on ETH, only the new ones unwrap. Let's check and see. Silver for bigger returns. Gold and silver involve middleman custody and an STD license. Hex Hodl, you give those out regularly. They call you Victor Valtrax. Guy in old chat was wrong there. It can dump 30% in an afternoon. It could. It's on the downfall. I think that if Bitcoin continues at this level, or at this rate, it's turning over right now. We're in the doldrums of crypto pre-Bitcoin halving, 20,000. I think that's a good next level to take a look at. We'll see what happens here. Morning, sir. Thank God it's Friday. What's up, man? Do you think Bitcoin is bottom? Do you think there will be another capitulation in 4 to 6 months from now? Guys, there's a lot of supply out there that's waiting to be dumped to square up with creditors, like the Celsius folks. I think that there's potentially more downside. I do. I definitely think we're seeing 20,000. But one psychological level that a lot of traders are eyeballing here. Let me show you guys. All right. I'm not super big on short-term trend lines, but guys, this trend line has been established all the way back May of 2011. Bitcoin has respected this every single time it has interacted with it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Even the COVID dip, it came down. You guys might not be able to see that. You guys see that very well? It's absolutely insane how much it respected it. So this is a very, very well established psychological trend that a lot of traders and a lot of bots look at too. If I can see it, they can see it. Now they can use this to fake you out. People think it's going to bounce off this trend, so they go long. The bots and the algos, they chop you up. They sell off a little bit more to clear out all those longs. Everybody gets liquidated. The price cascades, and then the algos and the bots and the AI starts buying it back up, and it comes back over. But I think that we see some pretty strong interaction with this level. Maybe it's October this year. It could be as early as June or July. It could be later this month or July, August, sometime in the next 3 months. Let's see if we can get some sort of interaction with this level. 21,000. Obviously 20,000 is pretty significant because that was the top. of 2018. So it'll be interesting to see. I definitely expect pre-halvening things to kind of chop sideways for a little bit. All right. Does that answer your question? Rig Service, what's up? 10 top. Hey, can gingers time travel? I'm going red. I could answer that question with this. Vibra, I am your father. A founder of what? The ginger hair? Dude, I found the ginger hair. The baby drain is real. Great to see Rags back in action like Chuck Norris in Mission Action. Let's go, Bobby Joe. A fat Chuck Norris. Hey, man, no, dude, come on, dude. Let me tell you what happened. Talking about fat Chuck Norris. But I'm sitting back in my chair. I don't know what I was doing. I was watching StarCraft replays. Sit back in my chair and there's a pop. Look over. My cat falls over. He's dead. Dude, I said my fat ass caused this bolt to break the head of the bolt and shoot out at high velocity. Entered my cat's prefrontal cortex, and he's wrecked. Just don't tell PETA, for God's sakes. I'm so rude. Hex Huddle, I've never heard you apologize. Something is wrong with you, dude. Something is wrong with you, bro. He's closer to Carbon than Chuck. 20,000. Who you think you got? Chelsea Clinton, Dave down under in the house, Hex down under in the house. Hex suffering from what did you say? From internal externalities. You're right. Not external. Vibra Finance says legend. Facing reality laughing. All right. Aaron talks. Guys, I'm not filtering these. I probably should. What are the chances RH ecosystem coins catch some hype and decorrelate from BTC and pump? Even if BTC gets to 20,000, Hex pumped even when BTC crashed. 50% from the top. Well, I think that, all right, so here's what happens. It's the pyramid of pump. It's the rags to riches, the R2R pyramid of pump. Bitcoin pumps. I guess the floor gets too heavy. There's tons and tons and tons of liquidity in Bitcoin. Bitcoin pumps as far as it can. People say, wow, this is crazy. I'm getting out. Okay. The floor crashes through and all that monetary energy goes into Ethereum and then it goes into altcoins. So a lot of times you're going to see you can see a month to 2 month lag before altcoins and Ethereum find their peak. So I think that's what you saw. Do I think right now that what fundamental news could there be? Unless our boy Richard has some tricks up his sleeve, which, from a legal standpoint, he definitely does not. But if somebody did, maybe they could cause Hex to do cool things, or PulseChain or PulseX. I don't know. 007 McCrypto, glad the beer's back. I agree. Hey, brother, are you still bullish on EHEX in a couple of years? I'm bullish on PHEX for sure. I mean, PHEX for me has been the logical home. I think I was probably the first influencer to clip that and make that point. Hex, PulseChain was built for Hex. Hex was, so I'm bullish on that. EHEX, on the other hand, here's what I've told everybody. I think that as the infrastructure for liquidity gets better in between chains and gets less friction, so it gets more frictionless, I think that definitely EHEX could be a play in the future. But I don't even really like to talk about EHEX right now because the whole community has chosen PulseChain. And I guess I'm a part of that community, right? And I'm a voice in that community, but I've made it clear from the start that for me, it's PHEX. For me, it's PHEX. 75-25, maybe 75% PHEX, 25% EHEX. And then we'll see. We'll see what happens, guys. It could get crazy. It could get absolutely crazy, man. And I think it will. I think it's definitely going to pump in the bull market. Everything does. Literally everything pumps, guys. And you've got this community here. And I think we've grown by quite a bit. I think our influence will have grown by quite a bit. A lot of the people who hate on Hex, they've disappeared, folks. You think about the cross-section of society that makes it their point just to destroy people every single day on Twitter. Like, that's not the pinnacle of existence. And certainly those people, probably 98% of them have washed out. I can't believe there's actually a $4 swap on Uni right now. That is kind of crazy. Silver bullets, win-win. Cool. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls from all over the world. My name is Rags to Riches, and I've got something to tell you. If you are part of a community, and let me pull this tweet up. I'm going to pull a couple things up for you guys. All right. It's important. I take this very seriously. Here's my message, guys. It's time to grow up, man. It's time to grow up. I'm not saying that, Hexagons per se or Pulsicans per se are immature people. I understand that probably 2% of all the people that hold these assets are actually active on social media. Everybody else either doesn't know that we exist, or they're just very quiet and they're watching from afar, which represents a majority of the viewers even here in this chat. And I get that, but this is a plea for those normal people who aren't putting their lives out on social media. Let's step the game up, man. Let's be leaders in this thing. I don't really care. I don't really care to be a part of anything else other than what we have going on here. And we don't need to listen to anything else, right? This is also, a plea for people to understand that, Texan it really is a state of mind. That's what it is. I don't care if you hold the damn asset, folks. I was talking to Matt today on stream, and I said, if all of this just goes away, if all this evaporates, what's left are the actual relationships that we created and we cultivated here in crypto. And guess what? If crypto were to go away, which I don't think it will, but if it did, we would have those relationships, and Matt and I would keep moving forward to change the world in a positive way. We might have to find a different vehicle to do so, or a different platform, but we're still going to do that. Crypto is not priority for me. You guys hear that? Doesn't that sound crazy? No, people are priority for me. So I'd encourage you, whatever community that you're in, man, encourage people to grow up, encourage people to act mature, encourage people to help each other up, because guys, we have an enemy that is very, very strong, and they are very, very hell-bent on keeping their quality of life. And we pose an existential threat to that. Right? So you can be a Texan without holding any Texan token. I'm going to tell you that right now. You can come out, you can come to our meetups. We've got a meetup in South Houston, right? So I'm going to share this with you here real quick. We are not fearful of the future. We are a force for good in this world. We are a force for common sense within chaos. We will be successful, and we will not stop. When people say it's all over, we say it's just begun. I don't do this for crypto, okay? I don't do this. This is a long-term thing. This is decades, guys. This is the rest of my life. Probably, hopefully, for the rest of yours. You might be the type of person that for most of your life, you've just kept quiet about things, right? Because you don't want to ruffle people up. They're going to be stupid, and it's important for all of us to start stepping up and speaking truth to the absolute foolishness and craziness. And that starts here. That starts small and it radiates out. So important to hear. All right. So that's what I'm going to be doing. That's what Matt's going to be doing. That is what our small community continues to do every single day. Our small community that is growing. All right. We are creating an identity for ourselves. We put one foot in front of the other foot every single day, and we just show up. And as long as we can do that, and as long as we can be truthful and honest and straightforward with folks, there's going to come a tipping point. There's going to come a point in time where nothing can be stopped. And we just have to keep showing up until that point. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls from all over the world, I hate you all. Quick reminder here.
Rags to riches. Do not like, comment, or subscribe.
And I'm out of here.